perché?
Dincolo da, pour le secteur.
This is for you, Mom. Welcome to devlog number 1. So before I start, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the feedback and all the support I got from devlog number 0. It just makes me so much more motivated and excited to work on this new project. So for the past few weeks, I've been writing down all of my ideas on where the game should go. And after writing down all of my ideas, I got a clear vision of where the prototype should go. So I concluded that I had to scrap everything I did and just recycle a few things from the work that's already done. As you might have seen on the board, the name of the game is going to be Instinct. So here's how the development is going so far. So on my first day of work, I just created a new scene, renamed it to Prison, and that's it. Yeah, I know, productive, right? So since I'm not focusing on the artwork, I decided to find some free assets online, and I found this guy, Kenny, who makes free assets of every style, and he made this huge style sheet for top-down shooters, so that's what I'm going to be using, and I'll put the link in the description for this. So on day 2, I imported the assets and sliced them into tiles because I'll be using a tile map. For those who don't know what a tile map is, it's pretty much like paint, how it's all little squares and you're just drawing. So it's going to be the same, but with those tiles. So normally a good programmer would rename each tile so we know which one is which. Yeah. There we go, we have all of our tiles. And we already have an issue. So after a lot of hardcore research, I finally found the solution and I can start working on the environment. After designing this beautiful prison cell, I added the main character, tweaked the camera settings, and now we have a functional... This is why you don't skip math class, kids. And there we go, now we have a functional main character. I proceeded by adding a collider to the player so we can collide with objects in the scene, and now my environment is done. The week after, I recreated all of the objects individually so we can interact with them. I also set custom colliders for the walls to work correctly, and now our prison cell is actually a prison cell. After that, I wanted to finish the day off by setting up a knife that I'll be able to pick up by walking over it. Perfect. So now that the knife doesn't appear on my head, so now that the knife stays in my hand, I'm gonna go study for my finals. On my next work session, I spent an hour figuring out if interactable is actually a word. Turns out it is, according to my trusted sources. For my next goal, I wanted to make it easier for the player by letting them know there's an object in their vicinity to interact with. An exclamation point would pop up on top of their head and they'll be able to press a key to interact with the object. Since I didn't have any artwork for this, I downloaded GIMP and I made the art myself. And there we go. So now we have a nice icon that will follow the player at all times. Literally. I hope the kids watching will understand how patient you have to be to make video games. Anyways, now we need to have a reason for that icon to appear, so I added a trigger to the sync and did a little bit of coding to make it work. For the last week, I wanted to create my first interaction with an object, and the most simple thing I could think of was a door. So I used my super ultra art skills to draw a door. And thanks to this amazing tutorial I found, I was able to animate my door and make it interactable. The link of the tutorial can be found in the description. And that's all I had to show you for this episode of my devlog on Instinct. If you have any feedback for me, a quick comment will be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode.